So the sun is on the move again. What's it doing this time?
It is finishing up in the sign of Libra. And we've been talking about Scorpio the last couple of months because Mercury went into Scorpio, Venus went retrograde in Scorpio. But we need to realize that wherever the sun is where you need to bring projects to completion. So people, we have the next 5-7 days to go ahead and do that, to finish up projects we've already started. For Libra, the sign that we're in, it's about the Libra. It's about the Libra and their intimate one-to-one relationships. Libras everywhere are examining their partnerships to see if that partnership is working for them. If it is, great. If it isn't, they want to look around and find another partnership or find a way to come to some sort of terms or some sort of compromise. But the objective over the next 10 days for Libra is to solidify their interpersonal one-to-one relationships. For Scorpios, it's still a good time just to sit back and shut up, to keep, because the sun is behind their sun, and no matter what it is they say, it's not going to be taken correctly. They'll end up eating their words. So if you are going to pick words, for God's sake, Scorpio, make them tasty ones. For Sagittarians, the energy is in their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. And Sagittarians everywhere are trying very, very hard to finish up almost 11 years worth of activity. Because Jupiter is going to go in their sign in November, and it's a brand new start. And you want to sort of tie up loose ends. You don't want to leave anything kind of dangling or hanging around.
Gotcha.
Because you don't want anything to stop you from being able to go forward in November, in about a month. So, for Capricorns, this energy is in the 10th house of career and public standing, and they're weighing out job options. They're weighing out job opportunities. They have more than one, which is always a nice thing. But the important thing is to figure out which job opportunity allows the Capricorn to do what the Capricorn does best, which is organize and structure and be very rigid in things. So, and I don't really think they have enough information as of today, but they will by the end of the week and the beginning of next week to know exactly what it is they need to do. For Aquarians, this energy is in the 9th house of law. As Brett Kavanaugh found out, the law is on your side. Legal matters, educational matters, important matters at a distance, contracts and negotiations all go very, very favorably for the Aquarian. And they get, maybe not the fair thing, but they absolutely get the equitable thing. And at the end of the day, that's really what you can hope for, is equitability. For Pisces, this energy is in their 8th house of profound transformations. And Pisces everywhere, and examining the resources that they share with other people, they are looking to see how they can capitalize on them rather than looking for a new resource to exploit. They want to go ahead and capitalize on the ones they already have. And something gets revealed over the next week or so that tips the scales one way or the other for the Pisces to make a decision for themselves. For Aries, this energy is in their 7th house of partners and intimate one-to-one relationships. And Aries are finding out they're very much interested in partnering up because they know they can't do it alone, although they like to go it alone. This is a good time for them to team up with somebody who is going to bring something to the equation that makes the Aries look good or somehow tempers the Aries in some way to sort of rough or smooth out the rough edges on whatever it is the Aries is proposing. For Tauruses, this energy is in the 6th house of work, health, and responsibilities. And really what it means is, and it's interesting because Taurus rules the lower back, and it's that area that Tauruses have been having trouble with. And over the next week, 10 days or so, they find a solution to that problem. Ooh. And it's a much better solution than they thought. And they've been really more concerned about it over the last maybe month or so. And they're actually so close to getting an answer, a definitive answer. And here's how you can fix that, which is a good thing. I know your wife.
Yes.
I know. I was thinking about that as I was saying. I was thinking, I know a Taurus. I would be really happy to hear that.
Really happy to hear that.
For Geminis, it's about the fun. It's about the good time. It's about the creativity. It's about finding new creative ways to make your imprint on something, whatever it is. Because Geminis are big fans of creating things.
Yeah.
And they want to create. And they've kind of had their hands tied for a little while. And now they get the opportunity just to do what it is they do best. And if you just leave them alone and let them do it, you'll see it's a very creative solution to whatever the existing problem is. So for them, it's a lot of fun for them, which they haven't had in a while, so I'm happy to see it. For Cancers, 4th house of home foundations. They're trying to shore up their foundations at home, and I think it's interesting that Cancer rules the United States, and more than one part of the United States is trying to fix their home and foundations from devastation. But I think that the next week or so, 10 days, makes that a little bit easier to accomplish for Cancers everywhere. And they will find that they have peace at home, something that's been eluding them. But whatever decision it is that they make, it's the right one for them, and it brings a peace to their soul that they haven't had for a couple of months. So that's a cool thing.
Very good.
For Leos, this is a matter of, it's in their 3rd house of day-to-day living. So there's short distance, short duration travel, lots of organizing things, and some sort of back and forth negotiation is starting. And you should get some sort of result with that over the next week or 10 days or so to find out exactly where you stand with that. And as I always recommend, you give a little, you get a lot more in a negotiation. But it's very, very favorable for the Leo.
Good.
And they want to be, my lawyer once told me, you always have to smile when you take somebody's money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then for Virgo, the last sign of the zodiac, speaking about money, it's about making more money. It's about beautifying your home. It's about using your own efforts to make more money, and you can do that if you partner up with somebody, if you team up. And Virgos are the notorious loners of the zodiac. Because they think they can do anything better than anybody else, and they really need a partner on this one to make more money. They really do, and they should look for somebody with dimples and charming, because that will help them do that. So tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac, and anything you can do to help out people in the Panhandle, we should do.
Oh, yes, we should. Absolutely.
You know,
Sounds like fairly good news. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.